Hey, I'm Marty Kane. I chair the Hopatcong Foundation, and it is a great, this is the best thing I get to do, is see all of you here, and there's about 290 of you here tonight, and that is just wonderful. We cannot thank you enough. As some of you know, I kind of get involved a little bit with the history of Lake Hopatcong. And one of the things that we get asked a lot, either on this lot of cruise boat or over at the museum, or just in general, just going around the lake, is, hey, what was the best time to be at Lake Hopatcong? And you know, our standard answer is usually, in the 1920s, there were 40 hotels here, 2 amusement parks, dance halls all over the lake. And here we are, 100 years later. And we look at Lake Hopatcong. We look at Lake Hopatcong, and what do we have today? Okay, we don't have 40 hotels, and we don't have 2 amusement parks. But we have a community here of restaurants. We have a really strong economy on the lake. We have boat rides you can take. People want to live here. And one of the reasons we started the Lake Hopatcong Foundation those 11 years ago was just for that reason, was to develop a sense of community, a community of Lake Hopatcong. And you know, it's so great to feel that tonight and feel that that really exists around us. And while 2020 may be a long time from 1920, I think pretty soon you may be able to make that argument that maybe this is the best time at Lake Hopatcong. Lord knows if you're trying to buy a house around here, there's not a lot for sale. And Lord knows a lot of people want to come here now. But probably most importantly is the sense of community. It's the whole community that allows us to do the things that we want to do out here. I'm going to introduce Kyle to you in a few minutes. And it's that whole job of what we do. And it can't be clean water, and it can't be a lot of other things without you folks out there. Whether it's you as our supporters, our wonderful volunteers, and you're going to see a couple of them later today that are just amazing people. And our elected officials, who I can't say, a bunch of them are around me right here. And they cannot be the most hardest working and best people to work with. Whatever you want to talk about with politicians, I'll compare those in Morris, okay, Sussex too, with anybody that we have, because they leave it all on the line for the lake. So thank you all for coming. Thank you all for everything you do to make this possible. And it is my great pleasure to introduce the Lake Hopatcong Foundation Executive Director, Kyle Whitford.
Hopefully you can see me, I'm a little short. Good evening and welcome to our annual gala. Tonight we gather here on the shores of Lake Hopatcong, a place that is so special in our hearts, and it's a pleasure to stand before you as we celebrate the incredible work and accomplishments of the Lake Hopatcong Foundation. I want to take a quick opportunity to thank our many elected officials who are in the room tonight. We have Willie from Congresswoman Mike Sherrill's office with us this evening. We have New Jersey State Senator Anthony Bucco and State Senator Laura Hill. Assemblywoman Laura Dunn. We have a former Morris County Commissioner Kathy Filippo. She's also Mayor of Roxbury. And Morris County Commissioner Kathleen Salam. And Morris County Sheriff Jim Gannon from Mississippi as well. Mayor Jim Riley from Roxbury, Eric Wilson from Jefferson, Mike Francis from Hopatcong, and numerous council members from all 4 municipalities around the lake. I don't want to miss any of you, so I'm just going to leave it there. I'd also like to thank the Foundation's amazing staff, Donna, Holly, Caitlin, and Michaela. Thank you for all you do every day. Our dedicated Board of Trustees and our amazing all-volunteer Gala Committee, we thank you. If you're a Gala Committee member, please raise your hand so we can recognize you. Thank you all. Since its inception, the foundation has tirelessly championed the preservation, education, and improvement of our beloved lake and its surrounding community. And we have witnessed remarkable achievements in the areas of environmental stewardship, educational programs, and community engagement and advocacy. These accomplishments would not be possible without the unwavering dedication and support each and every one of you gathered here tonight. I just have one question. Does anybody in the room know how many acres Lake Hopatcong covers? Did I hear somebody say 2,500 acres? And that sound right there is the sound you would hear if you were a student aboard the floating classroom on one of our field trip programs and they answered the question correctly. This year, we welcomed 1,600 students to our award-winning field trip program. This program would not be possible without your support. On average, volunteers contribute 1,300 hours to make that program run, and your membership contributions and donations tonight allow us to offer the program for free to the 4 municipalities that surround the lake and allows us to offer it at a nominal cost to many other schools. Over the last few years, we have implemented a number of projects around the lake to assist in the reduction of nutrients entering our lake. Just yesterday, volunteers planted 400 plants along the shores of Memorial Pond in Mount Arlington to stabilize the shore and to collect nutrients before it enters our lake as part of a grant from the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection. This year, we made a lot of progress on projects that include investigating large-scale aeration, expanding sewer connections in Jefferson, and investigating the recreation of floating island and landing channel through a beneficial reuse project. All of these projects are funded through grants, and your contributions are used as monetary and in-kind matches for these and future applications, showing local buy-in for the improvement of Lake Hopatcong and increasing the odds that a grant application will be funded. We also continue to bring the community together to rally around Lake Hopatcong, whether it's at the block party, out on the lake on a guided paddle trip, or out on the Lake Hopatcong Trail, and we continue to advocate for Lake Hopatcong at all levels of government. Whether it's getting the 4 mayors together to talk about the lake, advocating for state funding for public lakes in New Jersey at the State House, or down in DC with the Coalition for the Delaware River Watershed, advocating for federal funding for the Delaware River Basin, for which Lake Hopatcong is a part. Tonight, we continue the celebration by honoring 3 individuals whose service and dedication to Lake Hopatcong goes above and beyond, and it is my honor to welcome to the podium Senator Anthony Bucco to introduce our first honoree.
Those two were a tag team that could not be beat. They almost went to Maggio, and now I've been happy to join them to carry on that mantle, to make sure that Lake Hopatcong remains a vibrant place to live or recreate right here in this beautiful area of Washington in Sussex County. So tonight, I'm honored to say just a few words about Senator Laurel and all that he has done. He has decided to retire from the Senate, which will be a big loss for all of us. But I can tell you that the foundation he has laid in putting the state of New Jersey, helping to put the state of New Jersey on sound financial footing when it comes to areas like this will never be matched. He has done the work to make sure that there are grants available so that the Lake Hopatcong Commission is funded, so that the lake can be free of weeds and treated, and that we want it to be. I can tell you that I, for one, am going to miss you greatly. And I know that everybody here will miss him as well. The good news is he's not going far. And we will all be leaning on him for his advice and for his help as we continue to move forward to make sure Lake Hopatcong remains the jewel that it is here in Orange County. Steve, congratulations. Good luck in your retirement.
So thank you very much. Hey, I was giving these things out for a joint resolution. Something done. Thank you very much for that. Senator Bucco, thank you. Senator Bucco mentioned about his dad. And we were out here, and he's absolutely right. Senator Bucco's dad was a type for helping Lake Hopatcong. And Senator Bucco's doing the same exact thing. And it's my honor that he has replaced me as the Senate Republican leader. And he's doing a fantastic job. I've had the honor working with Tony for about the past 4 or 5 months all over the state of New Jersey. And I tell you, just like his dad. Just like his dad. And I'm very happy to have with me tonight my wife Rita here, 23 years. We have 5 children and 10 grandkids. And people say, how did I ever get elected? They said they know my wife and my 5 kids, and Hope can't be that bad, right? But also, they just proposed here, my chief of staff. He has done a wonderful job. He made sure I got out here on the weed harvester when I was cutting weeds with Mike one day. And I've been in the floating classroom about 8 times, and I'm still trying to graduate, right? But you have somebody here. Marty Kane, where are you, Marty? Marty, this man knows how to get things done. So all I want to say is, to all my colleagues, all the elected officials, thank you very much for having a beautiful, beautiful place. We love you. God bless you. Thank you.
Marty, please, how do we do this?
Our next honoree this evening is Dr. Lawrence, or as we like to call him, Larry Orleans. I think there's maybe only been one time in the almost 2.5 years I've been with the foundation that I have been on the floating classroom, and Larry has not been on the floating classroom. He is by far our biggest volunteer in that aspect. Every time the classroom goes out, whether it's the field trip programs or any random cruise we have on a Tuesday afternoon, Larry's there, probably like an hour and a half early to help us get things ready, and stays late to make sure we put things away. And his dedication to the foundation is just amazing and beyond words. And we're very honored tonight to welcome him up to the stage and present him with an award for all of his dedication and service to the Lord. Thank you, Larry.
Don't let the paper make you nervous. I'm going to be very brief. 20 years ago, when my wife Mary and I decided to go from being summer residents at the lake to full-time residency, we never knew that just a few years later, the opportunity would arise for us to become founding members of this great organization. My family knows how much I enjoy being on the water, especially this lake. So it's a good thing that the foundation has never found out that I would willingly have paid them to let me do all the things that I do. Please don't tell me. The people that I work with, the staff, the volunteers, the captains, have all become my lake family. So I'm very grateful for that. And thank you all for this great honor. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
We also have a proclamation from Congresswoman Cheryl's office. Very excited to introduce our next honoree. This honoree, Gay Ann Bucci, equally with our field trip programs and the Enviroscape, and her love and passion for teaching young children about how their actions and interactions on our land can have an impact on water quality is just amazing. I don't know how anybody can talk about the Enviroscape for so long. But we appreciate it, and your attention to detail on all of it is so great. We very much appreciate it. And she spent a lot of summers on Bertrand Island and loves to tell everybody about it, and it's just great stories to hear about the past and the connection to the future here on Lake Hopatcong. So we thank you for all of your dedication and your support, and we very much appreciate you.
I want to thank the foundation for honoring me, but I also want to thank the education team that I work with, because they are the most remarkable people. They really are, and they deserve the recognition also. It's something that I love to do. I'm a retired educator, and this gives me my teaching fix every summer. I really enjoy it. The Enviroscape, which is a molded model of a watershed, aims to teach children how to protect the watershed and our beloved Lake Hopatcong. When I get finished with each session of the Enviroscape lesson, and like before in the day when we're having the field trips, I always say to the children, when I count to 3, I want you to shout, "We love Lake Hopatcong." Well, you're my audience tonight, and I'm going to count to 3. So I want you to all shout, "We love Lake Hopatcong." 1, 2, 3. We love Lake Hopatcong!
So, before we continue, I just wanted to make sure we thank the Lake Hopatcong Commission with Chairman Ron Smith and Colleen Lyons here tonight. We appreciate all the work you do as partners on everything. So we appreciate that. We do have, however, one last recognition we want to do this evening. Donna, can you come back in the room, please? Donna? Can you come back in the room? We just have one last recognition we'd like to do this evening, and that is to thank Donna McCann-Holly for 10 years of service to the Lake Hopatcong Foundation. We appreciate all the work you do every day to help make Lake Hopatcong. And I should mention, 10 years at the foundation, but it's almost over 20 years for Lake Hopatcong in total. So thank you for your support. Thank you. Very much appreciated.